Okay, so the next part of that process is what I call business model design. And for most consultants, they have that fundamental level of operating in the business, the typical traditional style. And for a lot of consultants, that methodology is almost prescribed, particularly in the area where there's a need for a lot of compliance. And construction is potentially one of those as well. So it's hard to move beyond the norm. But what we need to do is to, again, start to think more strategically about this process. But a mistake a lot of us have is that we think about business improvement on a tactical level. So we can think about how can we become more efficient at doing what we do, and we can work on efficiencies and become better at how we do things. But that doesn't really have the impact of thinking strategically and creating that sort of disruptive improvement that a strategic thinker can have. So again, for us as the owners of our businesses, to be able to have that level of strategic thinking to create that difference, what is the way we can differentiate our firm from the rest of the market and create that ability to disrupt the market and have a unique value proposition that our competitors don't have and can't have, because we are market leaders, we're thought leaders, we're able to get out ahead of the market and create a new way for our clients to think about how they can engage with us and have their problem solved. And when we can show them a much more effective, quicker, faster, cheaper, better quality, you name it, identify one of those distinctions that you can claim and build your business model to deliver that value proposition. And that really then takes your business from being something that's built around you to something that's built around your IP. And then you can train your people to deliver that IP level activity, and the positioning of that business in terms of the marketing then becomes around the systems of the IP that the business has, rather than how clever the owner of the business is. So that is taking that authority positioning to the next level, where it starts to transition from being about the owner to being about the methodology, the system, the unique operating process, or the unique value proposition that business has. So the clients then see that it doesn't matter who does the work for us, we're getting the same results because it's about the system, not about the person. And that, to me, has been a real lever in creating leverage to grow a business and create scalability around the systemization of a business that operates around that strategic, disruptive level. So what I call that in our methodology is a focus specialization. So the most profitable business model for consultants is when they create that focus specialization that bridges the gap between their premium clients' biggest problems and their most desired ultimate outcome. It helps when we come to the third challenge as well, which is around building a team. Because when you have that focus specialization, you can train your people to deliver what you are good at yourself, rather than looking for highly qualified experts or qualified professionals that do what you do. So the typical business model for professional service firms is to recruit very highly qualified, skilled people who are consequently expensive to hire, and hope that they can do the work that the business requires them to do. And when it comes back coupled with that process of taking on any business that the firm can get, it's almost like having to reinvent the wheel every time you do a different project for a different type of client, because it requires the brains and the expertise of someone who's highly qualified and experienced to be able to do that work. Whereas if you've simplified your business focus to a specific type of client with a specific type of problem, you can really design your business model to be the perfect fit for those people, which also has the outcome of simplifying the way the work is done. So you don't need such expensive, highly qualified people then to come in under you to do the work. And you can create a much more cohesive team because the work is less complicated. And I think for any business, the aim should be to simplify the way you do things rather than add more complexity to it. But the mistake a lot of businesses make is that as the business grows, it becomes more complex to run and more costly to run.